One morning, the ancient forest gently awakened, bathed in the first light of day. Hana, a young doe with a golden brown coat, wandered among the ferns, her heart filled with curiosity. She had heard a mysterious whisper that seemed to come from the edge of a forgotten path. That day, her steps led her to a hidden clearing where an ancient library slumbered under the veil of time. Roots and moss seemed to embrace it tenderly, making the building almost invisible. But Hana, guided by her instinct, found an old carved wooden door and opened it gently. Inside, soft light filtered through stained glass windows in colored bursts, casting dancing shadows on the walls. The air was imbued with the scent of old paper, forgotten stories, and sleeping mysteries. Fascinated, she slowly advanced, brushing the cracked spines of the sleeping books. Suddenly, around a corner, she saw an old mirror hanging crookedly. Its frame adorned with mysterious patterns glowed faintly, irresistibly catching Hana's gaze. She approached, intrigued, and saw her reflection wavering, as if a silver veil danced on the mirror's surface. "Who are you, curious traveler?" the mirror seemed to whisper. Hana, head tilted, gently reached her snout toward the luminous surface. In an instant, a whirlwind of light enveloped her, playing with 1,000 colors around her. When the world stabilized, she found herself in a misty, strange, and wonderful landscape. Before her floated a grimoire with airy pages, as if writing its own story. "Hello, young dreamer," it said in a soft, raspy voice. "My name is Memorius." Hana, a little surprised, blinked then smiled. "I'm Hana. I think I'm lost." Thus began a friendship between the doe and the living grimoire, as they embarked together on the exploration of a captivating dreamlike world. In this enchanted world, where dreams seemed to take shape, each step of Hana and Memorius opened new horizons. The landscapes changed with the wind, oscillating between childhood memories and magical spaces iridescent with moonlight. Endless corridors unfolded as they advanced, sometimes lined with trees with translucent trunks, sometimes with sand dunes sparkling like stars fallen from the sky. Hana, in awe, observed every detail, every changing color revealed by her emotions. Yet these corridors also concealed shadows, timid figures of her unspoken fears. Each passage seemed a sly challenge to overcome. Hana and Memorius progressed together, the doe visibly nervous, her coat trembling at each new obstacle. The first great challenge came at the turn of a dark mirror. Hana saw herself, grown and threatening, a dark reflection staring at her with a piercing gaze. Her heart tightened with fear, and Memorius shuddered at her side. "Do not be intimidated by this image," he whispered, his voice trembling. Hana closed her eyes for a moment, recalling the peaceful calm of the forest. Gradually, the menacing presence faded, dissipated by the warmth of a budding courage. Upon reopening her eyes, the mirror reflected a more serene image, one of a doe imbued with gentleness. They continued on their path through the dream corridors, where every moment became a living painting. Hana began to smile more often, gaining confidence in herself, while Memorius, by her side, gradually rediscovered fragments of his lost stories. "We make a great team," she remarked joyfully, caressing the edges of the grimoire with tenderness. Memorius nodded his pages, satisfied. Together they learned to face the shadows and discover the beauty in every bright corner of this world of dreams. Their journey led them to the edge of a vast night sky. Here the moon of enormous size seemed to float within reach of Hana's snout, illuminating the world with its gentle silver glow. The stars, tiny and bright, danced around them like a silent ballet. "Oh, a visitor," whispered one of the stars, its silvery glints ricocheting from one to another in a luminous laugh. Hana, fascinated, gazed at them with wonder. "Hello, little stars. Tell me, do you know how to leave this world of dreams?" she asked, her gentle eyes sparkling with hope. The stars exchanged knowing glances before answering in unison. "To leave this place, you must reach the heart of the dream, where every traveler discovers their deep truth." They began to twirl around her, tracing a luminous path. Filled with determination, Hana followed the shimmering trail, while Memorius floated nearby, silent and attentive. Their steps led them directly to the many challenges of this extraordinary world, where the landscapes unfolded, changing with their thoughts and feelings. Where the ground gave way, a bridge of diaphanous lights guided them, and when doubts rose around them, the melodious song of the stars filled the air with confidence. Hana, encouraged by this celestial symphony, progressed with newfound vigor. "Do you think we can really find this heart of the dream?" asked Memorius, his voice softened by hope. Hana, assured, gently replied, "As long as we believe in this journey, I am sure we will succeed." She lifted her head, her gaze determined, her fears soothed by this shared confidence. Together they continued, guided by the stars, toward the magically luminous unknown. As the road stretched on, Hana and Memorius found themselves facing a strange lunar desert, its rippling dunes like a frozen sea under the wind. They glittered with the intensity of thousands of stars' dust fallen from the skies. This fascinating place nevertheless hid traps. The shifting sands, fickle, threatened to engulf them with each step. Hana, cautious, had to lightly dance on the silver grains, while Memorius floated above, leafing through his pages distractedly in search of a solution. "What a strange sensation, walking here, between dream and reality," she whispered, focused, and Memorius nodded in agreement. After crossing ephemeral sandstorms, they found their way to a refreshing oasis where translucent trees grew. Their trunks, as thin as glass, intertwined to form a fantastic labyrinth. Guided by intuition and the stories Memorius whispered to her, Hana slowly but surely progressed through this maze. Each step became a dance she knew by heart, the labyrinth itself seeming to approve of her passage. Memorius, thrilled by their advance, exclaimed, "This world reacts in such a strange way to your presence, Hana. You seem in harmony with it." She smiled in return, feeling a new strength growing within her, fueled by their shared adventure. "I think I'm finally discovering my place here," she replied, determined to pursue their quest with courage. As they approached the labyrinth's exit, the first signs of a burgeoning storm rumbled in the distance. But Hana, confident and full of determination, continued with Memorius their way to the heart of the dream, where all the answers awaited them. At the labyrinth's exit, Hana and Memorius entered a field glowing with phosphorescent flowers. Each petal shone like a constellation, bathing the world in a gentle, soothing light. They progressed slowly, enjoying this moment of tenderness, when the storm caught up with them. The wind rose, swirling furiously around them. In its fury, it projected dark visions from Hana's memories. She saw herself alone, lost in a fog of incomprehension, doubting her ability to ever find her way. Her legs, trembling with each gust, seemed ready to give way under the weight of sorrow. The auxiliary stars, swept away by the wind, echoed her distress in a desperate chorus. The glints of their light were lost in the turmoil, leaving Hana overshadowed by her uncertainties. But Memorius, solid despite his pages whipped by the storm, murmured in a firm voice, "Do not be overwhelmed, Hana. You are not alone." Hana, focused, recalled the peace of the wild forest, her unwavering love for nature and the curiosity that had brought her here. A benevolent light burst from her heart, gradually dispelling the storm. Letting the shadows drift away in the distance, she moved forward with Memorius, peace restored. The storm calmed, and they finally caught sight of a huge silver tree, majestically standing under the celestial vault. Hana understood this was the heart of the dream, the ultimate place of this introspective journey. She headed there, determined to confront the truth she would discover there. In front of the silver tree, Hana saw a glass lake with shifting reflections. She approached gently, intrigued by the image the water conveyed back to her. This liquid mirror reflected more than her physical image. It showed her hopes, her doubts, and her unwavering courage. Upon touching the water, a dazzling clarity enveloped her, dissolving definitively the fears weighing on her heart. The gentle light imposed itself as a promise of renewal. Memorius, floating by her side, watched in silence, his being imbued with the peace brought by Hana's resolution. When the light faded, she found herself again in front of the old mirror of the library, the room filled with that lingering, luminous echo. She blinked, adjusting to the restored reality, before smiling at Memorius, resting near her, his pages finally complete. The journey had ended, but it left in its wake a sense of fulfillment and clarity. Hana understood she had returned with more than memories. She had brought back a new certainty of her abilities. Gently, she took Memorius to place him on a cleared shelf, as if to mark the beginning of a new chapter in her life. She left the library, her steps leading her outside, where the forest welcomed her in the calm of the dawning morning. The birds were already singing, greeting the renewal of this day. Hana walked away, enriched with an invisible but precious treasure, a better understanding of herself. She moved forward into the future, her heart filled with newfound strength and reconciled dreams.